Oh, yes. I was just looking at a person is guilty of commercial bribery. Yes. If he or she offers, confers, or agrees to confer a pecuniary benefit directly or indirectly upon a trusted person under a request, agreement, or understanding that the trusted person will violate a duty of fidelity or trust arising from his or her position as a trusted person. Being a trusted person, he or she requests, accepts, or agrees to accept a pecuniary benefit for himself, herself, or another under a request, agreement, or understanding that he or she will violate a duty of fidelity or trust arising from his or her position as a trusted person. Or being an employee or agent of an insurer, he or she requests, accepts, or agrees to accept a pecuniary benefit for himself or herself or a person other than the insurer under a request, agreement, or understanding that he or she will or a threat that he or she will not refer to induce claimants to have services performed by a service provider. It is not a defense to prosecute under this section that the person sought to be influenced was not qualified to act in the desired way, whether the desired way because the person had not yet assumed his or her position, lacked authority, or for any other reason. Now, this commercial bribery, yes, this is a Class B felony, pooch. There are a lot of trusted persons, aren't there? Doctors, teachers, principals, superintendents, pooh, where you have this fidelity when you know of fraud and you know of forgery, you know of violating the RCWs when issuing court orders. Yes, you know of the violating of the RCWs when arresting persons where you didn't have any actual evidence. Pooch. Then you know the RCWs of fraud, forgery, and the issuance of misleading and false statements. Yes. Now, this Class B felony for all those that are monsters or leprechauns or those that have provided the pecuniary benefit for those that are in office. I realize that a sheriff had to get paid, and it would violate the fidelity of a judge had to get paid. Court commissioner. Ooch. Police chief, ow. Did you have to get paid? Your dog had to get paid? Well, this commercial bribery involves those that are trusted persons that actually own businesses in this county, this state, and every state of the United States that thought they'd pay for the show. Now, they called it a show, but really what they were doing, they were making little babies out of my sperm. Does anybody know where my sperm is today? Because I thought we had an understanding that you would enforce the laws, but you refused. Now, maybe the military hasn't gotten that order from the President of the United States, but let's say that eventually the Trump administration realizes the seriousness of manufacturing babies from the genetics of citizens where the citizen never consented to his wife not swallowing. Well, that would mean the whole administration could go to prison, couldn't they? We don't, because I would put in prison every employee of the United States White House. Now, yesterday I mentioned that 10 U.S. Code 333. I sent you approximately 1,900,000 emails, pooch. And I realized that the show probably was paid for from those agents of real estate companies, insurance companies, banks that have bank managers and presidents. Now, when we really get to looking at the actual crimes that we're talking about, it's not just child abduction. It's not kidnapping. Oh, it's abuse of children, violating civil rights, grand larceny, obstruction of justice, and then there's, oh my gosh, look at all those new felonies just for you, those that are the trusted fidelity. Now, I'm going to want to know, did somebody put some lithium in the baby food? Poo poo, poo poo. Did you put a little lithium in the prenatals? Did you have a lizard in your ass when you conceived a child, little fur baby? Did you decide that fur babies were just a little too loud this morning?